All right, everyone. Chelsea have won the summer series this preseason, so that is a trophy that no other Premier League team will have in their cabinet. So again, another just little feather into our cap for Chelsea. And also Pochettino winning his first trophy in the first 30 days, doing already better than Graham Potter did all of last season, which again, doesn't take too much to say the least. But that being said, there are some takeaways we need to come from this summer series in general. So let's talk about the three things I want to talk about. So first, who's going to be the captain for Chelsea? I think this is a big talking point. Also, what we expect from this season from Chelsea. And on top of that, what Pochettino's been able to do this entire season to turn things around so quickly. Now, first, let's talk about the captain. Now, we saw Chelsea lift the trophy, but we had two players lift the trophy. We had Reece James and Thiago Silva. Pochettino's a very smart man. He had two players lifted because had only one player lifted it, we would have known that was our captain. But the fact that two players lifted it, that now makes us wonder, is Thiago Silva and Reece James both going to be co-captain, or is one the captain, one's the vice captain? And it would make total sense for Thiago Silva to be the captain. Again, veteran player, has done everything he possibly can. One of the best defenders to ever play this game. To be captain for Chelsea would make total sense. I don't think anyone's going to bat an eye at that. It would make, again, total sense for that. Huge leader. Every player wants to be like him. Reece James being the vice captain, again, he's a quality player. As long as he can stay fully fit, it makes sense that eventually he would turn into the captain as well. And I think this is what Pochettino is leaning towards. Now, granted, there are a few other players that could step into that role, but as of right now, we're going to say those two players are going to be the captain and vice captain until further notice. Now, the second thing we want to talk about is the takeaway from this preseason. And what the big thing was is the mentality that the players have changed from last season to this season. And one of the big talking points, it has to be about Frank Lampard, because I think this is a key factor that a lot of people are forgetting about what happened last season. Yes, we played horrible under Frank Lampard, but this gave us an insight on the players that we need to get rid of and what players were going to actually fight their way when Pochettino came. So Pochettino probably talked to Frank Lampard, and Frank Lampard probably said, these players are not committed anymore. They are not giving anything. You need to ship them out, and they're not going to be anything. They're going to be a waste of your time, waste of energy. These players on this side are going to die for you. They're going to do everything they can, run through a brick wall if you need them to. And because of that, I think Pochettino was able to figure out which players to keep and which players to sell. And there's been a huge difference already in the atmosphere at Chelsea with all the players. Again, they've been gelling already fairly quickly under Pochettino, which sometimes it does take a while, but this has been a huge factor for Chelsea for how well they've been playing. And the third thing we want to talk about is what Pochettino has done. I think, again, him coming in and doing the fitness test, the beep test, the Gasson test, whatever you want to call it, that was a huge indicator on how he wanted to set the bar very high for Chelsea, because having the fitness that we need allows us to then play a higher intensity. You know, we can go and do gegenpressing. We can just be on the ball, run 90 minutes and not feel gassed like we were all of last season. Because of this, then, this allows our players to move as a unit in different places and again have multiple options when playing the ball. We're not just playing a long ball over the top and hoping something magical happens. By having multiple players around, we can do 1-2 quick passes, which, as we've seen already this preseason, has opened up so many channels for our players to score goals or create chances. And because of that, this again is giving us the opportunity to score goals and win matches already. Yes, there are a few things we have to work on still, but like I said, what Pochettino has done already at this squad in the last 30 days has been phenomenal. Hopefully we can take that momentum into the season. Yes, we still have to play Dortmund for one more preseason match. And yes, we do have Liverpool as our first match of the season, which is going to be a very difficult task. It doesn't matter when you play Liverpool, but maybe it's better to play them in the beginning because we do have those momentum going from the preseason into the league itself. Though Liverpool have been playing very well this preseason. So again, both those teams are again going to be competing for top four. It's going to be a very interesting game. But that all being said, Pochettino, again, applaud the man for what he's done already. He's already turned this club around in 30 days from last season, which, again, is a huge sigh of relief as a fan. But like I said, it all comes down to once the season starts because, like I said, preseason, yes, gives you a good indication on what's going to happen in the season itself. But once the season starts, when you start winning or losing, that's where, again, your pathway is going to start dictating how the rest of the season goes. So hopefully Pochettino and the players can keep this momentum going. Again, I think we have the right players. We probably still need to get maybe 1 or 2 more players. And if we get those players sooner than later, we can incorporate them into the squad and therefore, again, have Chelsea winning multiple games and getting back to where they should be in the top 4 and competing for trophies. So that is all I have for you today in this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below. Again, I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you in our next video.